Season 38 is mercifully over. Goodbye, Conduit. May I never see you again. Good riddance. All right. So, For Loki backed its way into Masters. At the first leaderboard, we were at the very top of Plat 1. But then 2 alliances got docked. MIBR, X5E. And so, For Loki, we were able to fall into Masters due to our season from hell. We did lose to one of those alliances. So, I guess that's a little simple justification since they are now officially cheaters. To the clean players in that alliance, I say, I'm sorry. It really, really sucks. But, you know, you got part of being in Alliance War is being in an alliance that has a culture that emphasizes clean play so that everybody knows not to do it. And clearly those alliances didn't. In terms of X5E, MIBR have always been a group of fucking cheaters, so screw those guys. All right. In going through my roster to decide which class Nexuses I'm going to pick, I have 2 unawakened champs, Hulkling and Wiccan. Hulkling doesn't really need the dupe to be effective, so I'm just going to go with trying to pull Wiccan out of these 2 crystals. So yeah, there's a quick little look at my roster, and that's what I'm going to select to do when I claim these rewards. Overall, I went 92-3 on the season. I had 3 deaths. I got dominoed. What can you do about domino? Occasionally, her AI bullshit is just going to wreck you. I lost to a Mephisto on 54. That was frustrating because that was just bad play. And then by me, so I deserve that death 100%. And then there was the death to the Terrax boss when I used Hyperion, when I probably should have used Miguel, like I did for most of my fights this season. On that death, I'm going to be blaming Karate Mike because he did not tell me how easy it would have been to use Miguel. So that's completely his fault. One's completely RNG's fault, and one is completely my fault. So we can spread around the blame like we spread around that tier 5 class catalyst. Okay, we're going to open up some crystals. I have those 2 mystic crystals from rewards. And then I have also 2 basic Nexic crystals left over from Cyber Weekend. I'll go ahead and open those as well just to see if we get anything fun. Again, you've seen my roster. You know that there's not too many holes. But let's go ahead and open them up. Fuck yeah. I mean, just like first crystal off the bat, you're going for 1 champion and you get them. That is awesome. Wiccan, it's awakened. I rarely pull anything out of fucking season crystals. I usually lead the season thinking that was not worth the time, effort, money, resources, whatever. Mostly frustration. But to just get them and do it is awesome. Here, I'll just take the Sigs on Maul. I mean, that's another great crystal. All 3 of those champs are bangers. Rintrah was Sig 200. Diablo is great and benefits from the Sig. But Maul's lower, benefits from the Sig. I'll go ahead and use that to pull him up. So, can't be happier with the season-ending crystals for probably the first time in all 38 seasons. We'll go ahead and just pop these 2 open because I got them. And we'll just take some Sigs on Iceman. And we'll take some Sigs on Captain Marvel. Again, nothing too exciting. I'm not really missing a tremendous amount in my roster. So the last thing that I have to open is the Tier 6 Class Catalyst. When I had the selector from Act 8, I picked Science because, as everyone knows, Science is my favorite class. Although so obviously more Science is good. I mean, really anything's fine at this point. There's not nearly enough mats to get close to a rank 5 until Kabam starts selling that shit later this month. I get Mutant and Science. Again, great. I've gotten a lot of Mutant. And when I went and checked my inventory here, I noticed exactly how much Mutant I had. I'm actually real close. I'm on the edge of forming a Mutant Catalyst. I think I need 3 of these things to go to tier 5, but I'm just I have way more mutant than I have like Cosmic, for example. And so that's just something to be aware of, because if we go to my roster, in terms of my mutant, I really only have one rank 4 at this juncture. I have Omega. I don't know who, if I were going to take a champ to rank 5 from the mutant class, I really don't know who I would do. It wouldn't be Omega because there's obviously prestige concerns. Oh, Jubilee's unranked? Weird. But then I noticed Level On was on. And so I said, well, let me go ahead and add another mutant rank 4. I have enough to, to do multiple rank ups, but I'll just do one. And I selected Apocalypse because of the mutant class. He felt like the one that I would most like to take up to rank 5 if I had to take one to rank 5. As much as I enjoy playing champions like Toad and Cable and Archangel, and there's other really good champs in the mutant class throughout. It's a very, very deep class. APOC to me sort of leads the way in a lot of ways as a multi-purpose champ. Omega to me remains the best champ. I have him at rank 4 on both this account and the Mommy Short Arms account. But again, because his prestige is such dog shit, I can't be a responsible alliance mate and plan on taking him as my first rank 5. If I have to pick a mutant first, it would probably end up being Apocalypse. So just getting rid of this ISO that was going to expire, taking advantage of the level up event. Overall, my 4 Loki season, I think, was in a vacuum decent. I finished second overall in our power rankings for the entire alliance, only behind Karate Mike, and ahead of bangers like Legacy and B Manny and B McG. Mostly that was due to fight volume. I took a lot of fights this season. As you saw, there was just this was Miguel was whitelisted, so there was an opportunity for me as a guy who's very familiar and comfortable with Miguel just to take a lot of fights. Shout out to the people in our alliance who had Deathless Seasons Manual in BG3 and Officer, and SEMB in BG1. Both those guys went deathless, which, considering how many deaths we had this season, it truly, truly was a season of hell, and I'm happy to put it behind us and move on. So hopefully next season we will dramatically cut our death total and dramatically increase our win total. That's the plan for 4 Loki. But I also, have an account in SSX. And, here's me just showing what rank 4s I currently have. I have mats to do more rank 4s. And certainly we'll have more after Eternity of Pain finishes. And so we'll add to that total. But for people that know, I also have the Mommy Short Arms account, a tribute to DLL. That's an SSX, which also finished in Masters. I did not have the greatest season in SSX. I had some really sloppy fights. DLL primarily had me running Omega. And so it was just psychologically shifting styles between doing fights with Miguel and then doing fights with Omega, because they are different. I always didn't feel sharp in my fights, and I had, I think, 3 or 4 deaths in SSX, and all of them were 100% on me, just doing stupid shit. So hopefully next season I will be able to tighten that up. Omega's just not particularly great for Conduit, and like the last war of the season, DNL and he assigned me one team, but I talked him into letting me change my team because I thought it would be way more effective if we switched it, and thank God he's willing to listen. So anyway, I picked Science trying to get Quicksilver or Scorpion. Instead, I end up with Spider-Ham, which is new. It's totally fine. And I picked Tech, looking to get Omega Sentinel, which is, I feel, a big hole on this roster. I got this garbage. I'm going to pick Guillotine 2099 because I have her at rank 3 on this account. I think the SIGs probably benefit Punisher 2099 more. But I don't, I have to, this is the roster on this account is nowhere near as deep as in the main account for obvious reasons. And so I kind of have to go with what I have. Pop open my crystal. I got some skill. I have a lot of room to grow here. I haven't even touched Act 8 on this account. That's sort of my goal for the off season, is to do Act 8 and sort of expand my roster a little bit. But before I close out this video, I'm going to open up 5 more feature crystals on the mini account using the season rewards. Again, I'm trying to get Quicksilver. I want him so that way I can do a small prestige increase on this account. It does matter, and so hunting those prestige champs is important. And I don't get them. I awaken the OG Scarlet Witch and get some SIGs on Shang-Chi, Wiccan, and Rogue. I'm fine with getting SIGs on Shang-Chi and Wiccan. They're bangers. Rogue is, around. Yeah. But I'm really looking for that prestige champ. I have enough for one more. I'll go ahead and spin this one out. Again, just hoping to be able to do a little something this offseason to put myself in a better spot. And we will see where I end up. All right, I got Ted. I love Ted. He's a great champion, but he doesn't really fit my purpose. Anyway, that's it for Season 38 rewards on both accounts. I enjoyed making the videos for you this season. I anticipate making videos again for you next season. And I will see you in the next life, Jack.